Meals with Marsha. Today I want to share a recipe with you, and it is called Texas fudge. I'm excited to show you this, so let's get started. Okay, I found this on the internet and it sounds amazing because it has all the things that I love in it, okay? So, this is the first time I'm ever making this, but I wanted to share with you guys. So, the first thing you need is you need 2 separate bowls, and you're going to have a casserole dish, and I've sprayed it with non-stick cooking spray. Now, I think this one is going to hold it, but I have a larger one ready back here just in case, and I just use the store brand non-stick cooking spray. You can use whatever kind that you like. All right, the first thing we're going to have to do is a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And I probably need to get my whisk for this. Let me grab my whisk real quick. Just realized that. And you need a large can of evaporated milk. And I think it's a 12-ounce can, yeah. 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. And you need 2 eggs. So I got those right here. I think I'm gonna crack them into this little cup since I'm putting them in this large thing in case the other one's bad. And these are farm fresh eggs from a local person here in our area. And the yolks are so golden and orange. They're beautiful. Love that. All right, now I've got to whisk this together until it's smooth. I think I'm going to go ahead and add my seasoning to this too once I get it smooth. This just sounded good. The thing that caught my eye was fudge, and I thought, Texas fudge. I thought that can't be sweet. And no, it is not. It is cheesy and spicy and savory, and I'm really excited to see how this turns out. Like I said, I'm exploring this with you, and we'll see if it's any good. Sometimes I come on here with how to do certain things, you know, like how to can certain things and how to make certain recipes that I have, that I've been making for years that I want to share with you guys, and I have plenty more of those to go. But sometimes I just find some new things that's interesting to me, and I want to share it with you guys for the first time. So I know you're not in my kitchen, but sometimes I feel like when I'm doing this and people watch, I feel like it's my friends that are joining in. So I love that. All right, now I'll set that aside. I think I will just put the seasoning in this bowl. Now I have a larger bowl, and I'm going to use an 8-ounce bag of the sharp cheddar cheese. Now you can shred your own cheese, and I normally do, but for this recipe, I just wanted it to be a quick and easier thing, so I didn't. And then a 8-ounce of Monterey Jack. Well, here we go. I should have just tried to tear them open, but I didn't. I'm just going to cut. And then you need 2 ounces of real bacon pieces, or you could make your own bacon and crumble it up. This is a 2.5-ounce bag, and it was very cost efficient. So I'm just going to use the whole bag. It's 2.5 ounces instead of 2. So what's 0.5 ounces in the scheme of things? And then you're going to have a 1/2 cup of chopped pickled jalapenos. Now I had made some from my garden last year, and this is what these are. But now you can easily buy these in the store. You don't have to pickle your own, okay? So those are available in the store on the pickle aisle, you know, like where you get your pickles and stuff. You can buy pickled jalapenos. You can even buy them already diced. So that would make it even a step easier. I had to chop those up, and that's fine. All right, now I'm going to add, let me see what it says. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We don't want to do too much salt because there's a lot of salt in the cheese and the bacon. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Okay. See if I can wipe that off. And then we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Whoop. Dropping everything. This is a 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm going to do 2 of those. I like garlic powder, so I heat that second one up. I'm bad about that. And we're going to use a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Alright. And I might have to have that bigger one over there. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can gauge this. Like I said, my first time. It says to put it in a 9 by 9, and that would kind of be close to a 9 by 9. But this looks like a lot when you put it all together. So I think I'm going to have a 9 by 13. And I've got it ready back there. All right, now we're going to stir this together. Stir this up good. Get all this incorporated. It smells good, that bacon and those jalapenos. Gosh, I mean, I think this would be a great appetizer, you know, for football or, you know, if you just want to have something on your table for people to snack on, because I think you could just cut this into squares and eat it by itself, or you could get some chips, you know, if you wanted to make it really, you get tortilla chips or corn chips. We love corn chips. The scoops is what we like. All right, so this is mixed up really well. Now I'm going to take this wet mixture and I'm going to stir it one more time. Make sure she's well combined. And I'm going to pour this over. This in. See where we're at here. See if I want to fit it in there or not, the little one or not. Might take a little bit longer to cook if I put it in that one because it'll just be thicker, but I think that'll be okay. I think I can fit it in this one. It looks like it might fit. I knew I would be able to tell once I got it all in one bowl together. It's kind of hard to gauge when you're just looking at it other ways. All right, now here's what we're looking like. Let's bring our pan over here. Get it in. Oh yeah, she's gonna fit just nicely in this, I do believe. Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect size. I think the other one would have made it too thin, to be honest. So let's just get it all spread out evenly. And we're gonna get that smokiness from that bacon. The creaminess from the cheese. This is going to be good, y'all. And then we're going to get, trying to get that liquid. It seems like some of the liquid is more on that side. I don't know. A little bite from that jalapeno. This might be something good. All right, and there's what it looks like. All right, I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm looking. It says that we have to cook it 30 to 35 minutes. So I'm going to time it, and then when I take it out, I'm going to come back, and we're going to taste it together for the first time, okay? I'll be back in just a little bit. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Okay, I have cooked my Texas fudge, 350 for 35 minutes, and she's all golden and bubbly. Now, I've been letting it sit here about 10 minutes, trying to get my, see if you can see that. Looks good. Now I'm going to cut it and see what it's going to taste like. Hopefully I'll let it set long enough. Sometimes when I do something new and it smells good, I get anxious and I just want to eat it before I need to. Let's get a little square of this out. Now, like I said, I think you can just eat it just this way. Look at that. Mercy. This is going to be good. I can tell you, with the jalapenos and all that cheese. Oh, Lord. Yum. That is delicious. And of course, I like that corner piece because it's got the little crispy on the edge. That's a big bite. It's awful hot. Let me cut that in half. It's got a bite to it. You get that smokiness of the bacon, creaminess of the cheese, and you get that bite and that jalapeno. Y'all, you can make this. That is divinely delicious. Now, is it figure friendly? No. But man, for a party, cut that into small squares. Let people eat on that. And I think it would be good even if it was just room temperature. It wouldn't even have to be like blazing hot, but gosh, so good. Like I said, creaminess, smokiness, spice. Whew, Lord, a lot of flavor. So good. Need to try that. And guys, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Meals with Marsha. And don't forget that everything you need and how to make this is going to be in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.